Okay, I'm going to do a quick demo to try to edit videos without having to edit videos.
Okay, so I'm quite excited. Could switch this real quick. OBS Studio actually kept my arrangement. Anyways, yeah, so it worked. And let me plug in the microphone again. I'm not really sure which is better, but one of them has a terrible echo. Okay, so if we go here, we have test it now. Yeah, this one.
Okay, I accidentally pressed the wrong button.
Oh,
I'm going to try to make a video about making an app which automatically edits videos.
Gosh. Okay, so I have audio on the other one.
Okay, I accidentally pressed the wrong button, but I'm going to try to make a video about making an app which automatically edits video. Okay, I don't know why I did it. Like, I need to find the file. I'm trying to remember what I was editing video for. Yeah, and it's on my external drive. I forgot I have this microphone plugged in. I hope that's okay. While this is loading, I'm going to think a little bit. I basically need to analyze the audio file, and it should just be an amplitude thing. If there's a sustained amplitude of a certain magnitude for a certain duration, then that counts. The duration being about 2 seconds. So a window of 2 seconds. Okay, I definitely should have a drawing pad so that I can draw in my computer. But for the meantime, I'll write this down the old-fashioned way. So I thought I was going to use the computer, but I'm just going to write. I also need to be able to transition between multiple different cameras. I can just have webcam. Okay, so in a 2-second window set, we need enough variation and magnitude. Basically just enough average magnitude. So we should just take all of the bins, 2 seconds, starting every 50 milliseconds or so, and take all of those bins, which are in the upper, like, 95 percentile. Actually, what I need to tune this until, wish you could see my drawing. I need to tune this until there's a discrete chunk, but they're not completely, so there should be some tuning. Okay, if you started at a, completely 0%, you would get everything. Then maybe you jump around. You can find values for which it's stable. And you find the max stability point, and that's it. So I'm talking about metaparameter tuning. I feel like it'd be really hard to explain what that means, but maybe I can show you. Okay, so I found the files. If it'll load, it just froze. That's a great sign. Right, so I have all of this skin conductance data, and to process it, I've been using, well, I don't see it. Oh, the scripts weren't here. Where were the scripts? They were in my project. Was I staring at it the entire time? I should check if this has audio. I don't think it does. Well, okay, I feel like it will, but I'm going to stop it just in case. Okay, I accidentally pressed the wrong button, but I'm going to try to make a video.
So it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I can just cut it after the fact, very crudely. Okay, so now I want this to be able to operate on a whole directory of files. I want it to take them in, and I want it to process them in chunks, in terms of the silence ranges thing. Although what happens, like, how long does it take for me to process the entire thing? It didn't take very long at all. So I need to add one little addition here. So I'd like to put some buffer at the beginning and end of every clip. And I want to make sure that when they overlap that I don't include the overlaps twice, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to do a few modifications. I'm going to take the 400 milliseconds before and the 400 milliseconds after each clip. And then I need to loop through them, basically keeping track if there's an overlap. So last x equals none. Oh, I'll just say last. Last equals xy at the end. I'll say if last is not none, then we'll check if our new y is, or our new x, this x. So if x is less than y, is less than last y, that means there's an overlap. Oh my god, not last y, last one. Okay, so if there is no overlap, then I'll add that clip, last 0 and last 1, and I'll set the last equal to the new xy. No, I'll set last equal none. Otherwise, I'll just set the last y equal to the current y. And if last is none, then we'll just set it equal to xy. And this should do what we want. In terms of adding parts, I just need to add the very last part if last is still not none. And we just need to add from the beginning to the very end, which should just be last one. Okay, so this should do it. Let's see what happens here. And what I really want to see, actually, I don't want to do this yet. Instead, instead I'm going to do this. So I just want to see what it's going to try to build. And I need to instantiate this list. Okay, if we run that, new not silent is definitely shorter. That's great. Okay, so it didn't encapsulate these because they're more than 400 milliseconds, but here you can see these overlap, so this increased. Wait, where am I? Why is this overlap? This one decreased by 400. Okay, it's not a good sign that 39 is exactly half of 78. That's not a good sign. It's because these... oh, it's probably because I ran this part multiple times, so that's definitely problematic. Yikes. But what is not silent ranges? It's not because of that. Because not silent ranges looks like this. If we add 400 to that... No. They need to overlap, so I'm definitely doing something wrong. Oh, I need to save this. Does this matter? Why would that matter? Not really sure what I'm doing here. Okay, not silent ranges. There's this 5515 to 68 whatever, which actually gets just cut out in my newest one. Yikes. Okay, let's go through this step by step. Oh, this should work. I don't understand. Okay, let's just look at the first 10 of each of these. I'm still pretty confused. I feel like it's too late to be coding. Oh, okay. That's correct. It's all correct. And did I cut out any? I'm not surprised. Oops. I cut out one. I'm not surprised. 400 milliseconds is a pretty short time. Oh, and my minimum silence length is 400 milliseconds. Anyways. So, okay, we did all that work for almost nothing. Let's work on new not silent now, and we can export the same thing, except now I want to go through multiple files. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, I already have path imported from pathlib, which is really, really useful. Oops. Okay, it's an MKV file. I'm just going to be snotty. We can just do this. I'm just going to say if done in file name for the string continue. So then my output files can just be called something done. Oh, these are MP4s anyways. So let's just, I kind of forget how this works. So let's remember. There actually isn't an MKV in that folder right now, so I'll go ahead and do that. And I want all of these, including the one I'm doing right now. Okay, skip. That's weird and not helpful. And this one's being written right now. Is that true? Huh. Okay. Okay, so anyways, now this exists. X is a file. X.dir. No. Name. This is probably the file name. X.parent. Yes. And we can convert this to string, right? We can also do like path joins, I think. Join path. Yeah. Okay, this is exactly what I want. So fn dot parent dot join path, and then I do fn dot name and then plus dot done dot import. This should do what I want. Seems reasonable enough. I don't need the small song anymore. Just gonna do song, and I'm just gonna check this really carefully and run it. Okay. Hopefully, I'll see you on the other side, and this video will be edited in the morning. Okay, so it's morning. Check it out. Check it out. I wanted to show you a bit of what had been accomplished last night. Okay, that's awesome. The audio does work, and it sounds graphic analysis. So if I play this, I can't hear anything. And I don't remember this interface. There's like some... Okay, view... I didn't mean to do that. View... Yeah, so this is really bad, but technically it works. Out, Control O? No way. Oh, it only opened like a tiny bit of this. Because I only... I'm going to text read for 1 second. So... Now we're back to RMS. And it is too. Work pretty well. I think this can work pretty well. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this freaking error means. Alright, I'm going to go back on this. I give up. Why am I trying to do this anyways? I'm going to write this. Audio. Yeah, one problem is that my pip is way too big and it's covering up stuff. I liked this part. I have to work on giant video files because I can split the video files into 30 segment
chunks, get each 30-second chunk done, and then only then I stitch them all together. Okay, so
It was not that part. That was actually pretty good.
it worked. Subclip doesn't work, but it loaded it from a file. And now I still want to make this just a part. Oh, I remember. You actually can do something like this, I believe, to make songs small. Yes. Okay, let's try it. Please work, please work, please work, please work. All right, I'm feeling quite a bit more pleased.
And as you can see, I looped through a specific directory, which is where I'll dump this video file as well. And then first it checks if it's done already. So this has to do with the file name. And then there were some that errored out, so I put the whole thing in a big try block, right, which just prints an error. This exception is important. So you want to specifically handle keyboard interrupt, because otherwise when you press Control-C, it will go to here, and it'll just print something and go to the next in the loop, so you can't actually exit out except by holding Control-C, and it'll go through every iteration. It's not very safe. But as you can see, I've got one running right now. This is the one that just processed. Oh no, this is reading 169 clips, so it's double the length, I guess, into memory.
Okay, I just want to comment on this. Graphic analysis. So if I play this, I just realized that I'm commenting on this. I just realized that I'm commenting on myself, and I'm commenting on a previous version of this video's editing software. Like you can see the smaller and the larger one. I mean, I'm sure you already noticed this, but I'm just noticing it now. And in this video, I guess there's going to be 3 taskbars and 3. It's just so awesome. I have to also say that I really like this intro.
Okay, so it's morning. Check it out. Check it out. Wanted to show you a bit of what had been accomplished.
That's just so great. Because my voice controls cuts. I can immediately buy. Okay, I'm almost there. I'm gonna put on my microphone. I think it helps. Does it help? So I'm almost there. It's very convenient. All I have to do, this is where my recordings are dropped. And when I have a recording that I want to add to a video, I just drag the file onto the folder. So in here, I've got some 5. I think 1 errored out, but it was really short, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so 5. And you can see for each one, it's produced this mkv.done version. And one nice thing is they're just in chronological order. Okay, I'm going to do a quick demo. Okay, that's awesome. The audio... It looks like I can delete this first one. It's only 6 seconds long, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm quite excited.
Okay, so it's morning.
Okay, I just want to comment on this. Graphic analysis. So if I play this... Okay, so now there's just one more step where I need to write something which will read these files in and produce a new file that's sort of them all bunched together. And I need to normalize the audio. And I remember doing this, but I don't remember where or when. Okay, so these are actually FFmpeg parameters, which is likely what I'm going to want to use. And I found this from a website that suggested the best YouTube quality, whatever. So let's just, let's see if we can reconstruct an FFmpeg command that'll work. So FFmpeg, if you don't know, this is like the big guy. Hyper-fast audio and video encoder. I'm literally just standing on the ground right now. Okay, so I think I'm just going to have a few strategic Googles. So concatenate, obviously useful. Normalize audio. I don't really remember how to do this. It was something very complex. Okay, FFmpeg has 2 filters, although they're already quite advanced, so you don't have to... Yes, this is exactly what I want. I'm just going to be simple. That's my direction. So this is just operating on pure audio. But it looks like, what is this AF? Audio file? Audio filter. I wonder if I can just add this. We'll give it a try and see if it runs. I want these. So I can do this with a nice Sublime trick that you can have multiple cursors. I'm pretty sure you can just hold Control and then select. No, you can't. Some editors. What about now? About Control Shift, Control Alt. Just no. No! Okay. Another way to do it is select everything, selection, split into lines. Well, I have too many lines. You know, it would have been way faster. Well, anyway, split into lines, and then you press End. Now you can type on all of the lines. Gotta be careful though, I just deleted that P. This is definitely not more efficient. Make sure to do Control over, because otherwise these different length things will make it so that you're fucking everything up. Okay, now I just need to add the concatenation. Okay, I think this is what I want at the beginning. And it looks like I need a list. So I'll create a list of files, and I just want one for now. Might seem stupid. Hey, that was nice. Oh my gosh. In second. Okay, I stopped in a pretty weird place here. But the list is going to be... Okay, so first I need to output a list of files. I don't know how to do anything on Windows, so I have to look everything up. That's pretty simple. Yeah, we'll do this. It's the MP4s, I think. I think done.mp4. Yeah, done.mp4. Let's see if this works. Eventually I'll create like a little script so I don't have to do this every time. What? Can I find past C? S. Oh, this is probably bad. The slash is the wrong way. Okay, I changed the slashes, Windows. Why can't they just understand me? It doesn't matter. Huh? I'm gonna just try to get into the directory so I don't have to put an argument. I think that's what's going on. Why doesn't that work? Can't find path CS. CS. What is that? Oh, this should be maybe this. Oh, oops. Maybe this. Maybe this. Okay, my god, why wouldn't it just... Anyways. So that's exactly not what I want, for sure. Don't even know. What was this for? I'm just going to use Python. I don't need to worry about this, like, weird... Okay, so we have a new file. To keep track of this, I need to replace all of these. Oh, I should plug in my microphone. This is probably way better. I really shouldn't be working on the floor. The funny thing is, I've already done this work. Okay. Okay. Let's save this as a Python file. It's not syntax highlighting. What just happened and why didn't it work? Just put this in extroversion simulation, which is annoying. My bad. There we go. Honestly, for now, if this doesn't work, I'll just eliminate some of this stuff. Like, yeah, do I really need... Yeah, I really need this stuff. Okay. And look at some FFmpeg examples. I don't really remember how this works. Here we go. So you just put it at the end. We'll see if this works. I kind of doubt it. Might as well try it. Make sure this file is correct. Go. It says no. Options in file. So maybe I need this. Oh, and these. These probably go here. Yes. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's see if I can just concat. Nope, it's not happy with that. What if I put them all on one line? Oh, I made this file incorrectly. So that's exactly what I need. Arg. I think it's something like this. We'll see if that works. So what does file list look like? File blah. Okay. Yeah, I did it right. Okay, so what's the problem? Line 1, unknown keyword. What's going on? Unknown keyword. What? I didn't do that correctly. Oh, I didn't do that correctly. There should be no colon there. Okay, that's different. Yeah, it's different for a weird reason. File list.txt. Maybe this isn't a different... I'm not looking at... that might be part of it. Yeah, that works. Okay, great. So now let's bring some of this stuff back. I'm gonna have to put it onto specific lines, but I'll change it back after. This goes here. If this works, it'll be a miracle. Let's try it. What about without this? You still don't like it. What about without this? You still don't like it. Oops, that's why. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to press. Oh, input to an output. So I do this. Probably says right here. Out file options and then the out file. Okay.
I see, this is an output parameter. Yeah, I don't want to make it output. This is the final draft. Okay, this is probably going to take a really, really long time. Oh, and I need to include the video of me. Okay,